I'm getting the kind that they sit really low so you can get in my truck.
You know I'm 6'2".
Yeah?
Yeah.
I don't think so. I think you're pushing 5 feet. Yeah. Well, let's look at you 6'2" next to my truck.
Is your truck lifted?
No, actually my truck's pretty stock.
Yeah. When you putting them on?
Damn, your head barely reaches the top of the bed. I'm gonna, dude. If I,
So where's the step gonna be? Right here?
it's yeah. That way. Here, jump. All right.
Good?
That looks, man. You almost look like you were meant to drive
I
that.
think it's my truck.
Yeah. See, that was pretty. What kind of shoes are you wearing?
Oh, some grown man shoes you wouldn't know about?
Yeah. Are those UGG slippers?
There's some grown man stuff you wouldn't know about.
Oh my goodness. What the heck's going on here?
Huh? You need some running boards.
Yeah, I'm gonna get running boards just for you.
Oh yeah? Right on?
Yeah. So hey, don't say I didn't do nothing for you. That way when we go to lunch,
yeah,
dude, you're gonna have an easier way. You're not gonna get like, what is that thing that you can get? Like rip your groin?
Hernia.
A hernia?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't want you to get a hernia getting into my truck.
You get a hernia every day you walk, right?
It's all good. Hey, I noticed it. Why aren't you drinking a Sprite?
Because the Coke's so free.
Yeah? Well, I'm gonna do a Coke video, maybe show you how they fit in my door.
I do that.
Yeah.
You like my Sprite one, huh?
That's right. Dude, what's the name of your YouTube channel?
I don't even know.
Dude, I'll give you a plug. Look how small, dude. Your head is like barely up to the hood of the truck. Yeah, we're gonna get running boards just for you, buddy. All right, we're gonna do an unboxing. I got a package, and from what you can read on the front here, made in USA, and it's Amp Research Powerstep. We're gonna put this on my F250, my 2016 F250 diesel. So, gotta use my unboxing knife. Rambo style. All right, so these were the packaging inside the bigger box, which is cool, all individual. We got 1, 2, and 3, and these obviously, if I took a guess, would be the running boards. So let's open up box number 1 and see what we got. These are the brackets. Ooh, that's nice and smooth. box number 2. Let's see what we got in here. Box number 2 is the same as box number 1, but obviously this must be for the other side. So we're just gonna set this aside. Let's go for box. What do we have in box number 3? Instructions. Wiring harness. Hardware. Motors. Control module. Take a look at the condition of the running boards, and I'll be putting a link in the description where all the stuff came from. I can tell you pricing, it's a little spendy. This was about $1,500 with tax, everything out the door, but you know what, you pay for what you get. And this is the best quality from what I hear, because this is the first time physically, you know, messing with these, but everything online that says these are the best steps on the market. So let's see. Got a new camera guy. Come in here and take a little zoom ski on it. Look at that, all nice. All right, well, we're not gonna mess with these right now. We're just gonna kind of leave them here. And that's contents of the box. So I'll be back because we're gonna get everything prepped for install. All right, so I need to take this motor and put it on this assembly. The key is to have it fully extended out. All right, so we got the motor just set in there, and we've got our instructions and our hardware, and we're gonna go ahead and get started putting this first motor on the first bracket. Now, I use the impact just to get them in there. I'm gonna hand tighten them. That's the first one. All right, so this project was a little more involved than I thought it was going to be. But anyways, I want to focus on a couple of things that other videos out there kind of lacked. So, and the instructions show here that these wires here on the floor, these are not the wires. These are not the ones that you're gonna plug into. So don't even mess with them. I'm gonna button this all back up, but I wanna focus in on the wires that you are gonna be messing with. So right here, you're gonna notice, get this in position here, back up the camera a bit. So to find these wires is not difficult when I show you what you need to do. So you're gonna follow the wires up, and you're gonna see three sets of three directions that these wires are gonna go. Okay, there's some wires that go to the right, some wires that go up to the middle, and some wires that go to the left. When you're installing this product and you're not using the plug and play, you want to find the wires on the left here, and then you're going to look for, there is, at least for the 2016 F250, there is a white, there's a green, there's a yellow, and then there's a green purple. And the best way to know 100% whether those are the right lights is you get yourself one of these testers, okay? And it's a $4 part, and one end you clip to a ground. So like right here, you could hook up the other end of the clip, and then you go ahead and poke the appropriate wire that you think it is. Then you have somebody open the corresponding door. If the light lights up on the tester, you're good to go. And then when you close the door, the light should turn off. But yeah, this part of it was not easy at all. There were some other issues that we'll go ahead and we'll talk about in a minute. But I just really wanted to clarify the wire situation, because this is probably what took me the longest time to figure out, is where they were, because you'll find all the same colors down here on the floor, and all the same colors in the right bunch of wires that go to the right, and the center bunch of wires that go up. But you definitely want the wire clusters that go to the left. All right, here we are again, and I'm just going to give you an apology, because this video did not go the way that I wanted it to go, because I was going to do a little bit of work, and then a little bit of video, a little bit of work, a little bit of video. I even had somebody to help me out with the camera, but this job was literally a pain in the ass. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to link 2 videos below that have better installation video for this project. One of them is going to be if you're using the plug and play that uses OBD2 port, and the other one is if you're installing this particular model, which you've got to hardwire in to the door jar lights or door jar wires. So this is it in a nutshell. The bottom line is I don't like the plug and play because it's using the OBD2 port, and I feel like you already have a lot of things that are going to be using that port in time, so why add one more thing to it? Plus, if you use your OBD2 port for something else, for some type of a monitor or whatever, your running boards aren't going to work, so they have to be plugged in at all times. So I chose not to go that route. But the key, at least for the 2016 F250, is, again, I showed you earlier in the video, the wiring harness, like where they are, where they're located. And you need to have a light tester or an ohm meter, and you need to know how to use it, the ohm meter, not necessarily the light tester. So when you open up the doors, the light will light, and when you close them, the light will turn off. So that way you're 100% sure where you're wiring your appropriate colors. The other thing that's important is, even though this particular, the Amp Research Powersteps, they come with great reviews, they're a little flawed. So I watched some other videos and they were talking about how they had to bore out or retap, all the different holes and this and that. The instructions are kind of vague with some of it. My holes on the unit that I got were fine. I didn't have to tap anything out, but the instructions were definitely vague. So when you're mounting the brackets, the motorized bracket and the idler arms on the truck, it's telling you, so there's mounting holes on your truck, at least again for the F250 2016 model, it's telling you to go to the second one on the bottom. Well, don't do that, because that's all wrong. And my gut feeling told me not to do that. But listening to my partner, she's like, follow the directions, follow the directions. So I followed the directions, and no, it was way wrong. So basically the motorized bracket, when you follow the directions for the F250 crew cab, it's gonna put that bracket directly on your door center post, which is kind of dumb. It doesn't look right, it's too far back. So for the rear idler bracket, that goes for the rear farthest mount, and then on the front, you're just going to take your first mount, and it works out great. So, and then one other issue was with the harness that I got, plugging it into the control module, that was like next to impossible. I barely got it. I had to like literally put the control modular in a vise, and not too tight, but hold it there while I'm taking the plug into the top and trying to plug this thing in to where the sides latch into it. Like, it took all efforts, 2 people, and again, that might have been a faulty plug. And then here I am trying to wire this thing in the truck, not knowing for sure that control modular even works. But it does, and it works well. So even though there were some issues, they say that this was a level 4 project. I don't really know what that means, but I can tell you that they also say 2 hours, and it literally, like, it was almost 12 hours. But then again, there were slowdowns through the process. It wasn't just, wham bam done. The bracket that they provide to move the brake line, that bracket goes towards the rear of the truck. There's another bracket that's already on your truck. You're not going to mess with that. You're going to put this bracket towards the rear. So that explained the wires, which is huge, the coloring, where to find them. That's explained in this video, and the fact that, plugging them into the module, because my control module doesn't look like other ones in other videos, or even like the 2 videos that I'm going to link below. It was different. But with all of that said, I'm happy. Everything worked out. It took a lot longer than I wanted it to. And yeah, I see me, I'm relative normal height, so I didn't really put these running boards on for me. But for the petite girlfriend, or maybe the other girls, or maybe even the occasional short coworker that wants to go to lunch, which, yeah, you saw that earlier in the video. Dude, I kind of have to accommodate some of them, and vertically challenged people in the world. And these running boards are amazing for that. And again, I'll probably do a follow-up video later on down the road to talk about, if there were any issues, like, any mishaps or malfunctions. But as of right now, everything's working good, and I'll go ahead and I'll show you. Let's open a door. Wow, look at that. And it's smooth and it's clean looking. You don't see that running board. I close the door and that board goes up. There's no board. And this was the look that I was looking for my truck. Was I wanted a board that was going to come down, that I wouldn't see but yet would come down and be clean and functional and strong. They say this board will hold 600 pounds. I'm not 600 pounds, but woo, it holds my weight. And it's solid, it doesn't creak. They're really of good construction. I have to say though, even though the product says that it's made here, some of the hardware, yeah, it would really be hard to believe if it was actually all coming from here. You got some China pieces in there. But it's got the two lights. That's the other thing. So the lights are in there. I chose to use the smallest diameter bit that I could, just enough to get the wire to go through. The instructions say to use a bigger diameter. By doing that, you can put in a grommet, but I didn't want to make a bigger hole. I wanted to go as small as possible. So that's how that works. The truck is dirty. I apologize for that, but it is a truck, and a dirty truck is a truck that's used. But yeah, I'm happy. I'm happy with these steps. They look good. I got them on Amazon. I will link the link in the description also where these steps came from. Tax out the door was $1,500. They're kind of pricey. I couldn't find them anywhere else cheaper. I did the install myself, obviously, but you know, that would have cost me probably another $300, $400 on top of the initial cost of the steps. So, but everything is all wired neatly, and yeah, I'm happy. It worked out pretty well. Great upgrade. So until next time, till my next video, go ahead and subscribe, hit the bell notification, because you don't want to miss one of my videos, because my videos are badass.